Today in Los Angeles, we have storms on the horizon, fire crews working overtime, and a couple of legal turns sharp enough to need a seatbelt. I'm Dean Bark. Welcome to the City Report, right here from Los Angeles. Let's open with the big one. California's first monsoon storms of the season are lining up. The monsoon is a seasonal wind shift that drags subtropical moisture north. Meteorologists with the National Weather Service say Central California could see impacts by Sunday, and the Sierra Nevada, the mountain range along our eastern spine, can expect gusty outflow winds. Here's the concern. We have a 10% chance of lightning with very little rain, which is the recipe for dry lightning. Historically, some of our largest wildfires have started that way. Desert areas could see brief flash flooding from sudden downpours, while much of the rain elsewhere may evaporate before it hits the ground because the lower air is still dry. At the same time, high humidity and high temperatures will complicate fire management across foothills and the high country. Fire agencies are asking hikers and campers to avoid anything that could spark a blaze, including dragging chains, off-road equipment, and, yes, the ill-timed backyard fireworks left over from last week. Monsoon storms are a mixed blessing. Just enough rain to tease, but not enough to quench the fires. Speaking of fires, let's pivot to the next story. The Grande Fire near Lake Peru, that reservoir just over the LA-Ventura County line, sparked yesterday around 2:20 p.m. south of the 126 freeway. Ventura County Fire and LA County Fire hit it fast with more than 100 firefighters. 2 fixed-wing tankers laid retardant lines and 3 helicopters made tight water drops, helped by a nearby refill site. By 4 p.m., crews halted the forward spread at about 30 acres. No small feat on steep, rough terrain under a heat advisory, pushing temperatures into the 90s and beyond. Evacuation warnings went out for neighborhoods east of Lake Peru, so if you live along the 126 corridor, keep an eye on official alerts. Containment lines can hold, but winds can still change in the afternoon. It's impressive how quickly the firefighters pinned this down, a testament to training and timing in brutal conditions. That's the headline. Shifting gears. Judge Ryan D. Nelson, a federal appeals judge on the Ninth Circuit, which hears cases from western states including California, is under a judicial misconduct inquiry after an April parking lot altercation in Idaho. According to court documents, he's charged with misdemeanor battery and destruction of property after allegedly snatching and stomping another driver's sunglasses during a dispute over a spot. Chief Justice John Roberts reassigned the misconduct inquiry to the Fourth Circuit, which covers parts of the Mid-Atlantic, to avoid any bias from Judge Nelson's home circuit colleagues. Judge Nelson, who was appointed by former President Trump, has authored controversial opinions on presidential power and military deployments. The misconduct process runs separately from the criminal case and examines whether a judge's behavior undermines the judiciary's integrity. A judge embroiled in a parking lot brawl sounds like a plot twist in a legal drama, not a footnote in a casebook. Moving on. Inside the Los Angeles Police Department, Officer Daniel Flores may face criminal charges for recording colleagues making racist and homophobic remarks. Flores says he documented roughly 90 instances as part of what he calls a lawful internal investigation. Here's the legal knot. The California Invasion of Privacy Act is our state's all-party consent law, which generally prohibits recording confidential conversations without everyone's permission. That means Flores could be charged with a misdemeanor or even a felony. Those recordings, which reportedly include remarks by officers involved in recruitment decisions, set off an internal affairs probe and a lawsuit Flores filed against the city on June 12th. Internal Affairs also found Flores violated policy by making the recordings, and prosecutors are reviewing the case. The broader issue is culture. If what's on those tapes is accurate, then the gatekeepers of who joins the force were saying the quiet part out loud. Flores' actions may be legally gray, but they shine a very bright light on a problem that needs fixing. All right, next topic. Huntington Beach police say they're preparing to stop a potential end-of-summer beach bash takeover. A takeover, in this context, is a large social media-driven gathering that can spin into street chaos. The department says it's monitoring online promotions and has warned organizers they could face prosecution if crimes occur. This follows Newport Beach's 4th of July fiasco, which saw violence, vandalism, and about 400 arrests. Huntington Beach police are coordinating with neighboring agencies to get ahead of it. Translation: expect a visible presence on the sand and the streets if this thing materializes. It's a shame when the end of summer gets marked by cleanup crews instead of sunsets, courtesy of a few bad apples. And that's your report for today from the City Report with Dean Bark in Los Angeles. Stay safe out there, keep an eye on the sky and the alerts. Join us again tomorrow.